I want to welcome you to the PlyGem YouTube video on how to field bend PlyGem PVC cellular trim. I think you're going to enjoy this video. We'll get right into it and tell you how it's done. First of all, PlyGem PVC trim is manufactured so that it can easily be formed with heat so that it can be utilized on circular shapes like archtop windows and other shapes. But I want to go over some very important tips first before we start. An option to heat shaping in the field is to actually cut the required shapes out of 4x8 sheets. You can do that option also. But for more details on all the different ways to install PVC trim and to bend it, refer to the PlyGem PVC trim installation manual. Again, never bend wood grain or notched boards. It doesn't work. And do not bend boards that are wider than 6 inches in width. The heating time that's going to be required in either of these methods we're going to go over is about 3 minutes per 1/4 inch thickness of boards. We recommend a standard temperature gun, and you'll see us using that during this process. And make sure to create your jig, which you can see on the left side of the screen, before you heat the boards. And Eric will show that to you. Have that already built. Always use the proper safety equipment. Let's make sure you're aware of that. This is a high temperature system, so you want to make sure you're always using the safety glasses like Eric has on and the heat resistant gloves. Very, very important. So always do the safe practices. So let's go through the processes, the ways you can do the heating. You can use one of two easy methods. One we're not going to show you, we'll just give you an overview, but look in the manual. Option one is to use a tube heating system like a salamander or a turbo system. That works very well. But the other one that we're going to tell you about today uses a heat blanket system, which we're going to show you right now. But in either system, you have to heat the boards to about 270 degrees Fahrenheit before you can actually bend them. Once it's up to this temperature, as you can see, he's checking with this heat gun that we told you about. You should be able to take it out and board it and bend it in your jig. So first, you want to insert your trim board between the two blankets, as we have here. You're going to see the board this flat when he started. As you can see, we're using two concrete boards, one on top and one on bottom, to create a level surface. Once the board has reached that 270 degrees that's required, you can now remove it from the blanket. So you can see Eric and Junior are going to take the cement boards off, and you can now see the top blanket. And now you can take it out. You're going to place this softened board. You can see how soft it is. It's like a piece of spaghetti. They're using their safety gloves. We're going to put it into the pre-made jig, which you can see they're just forming and shaping it right in there. That's why you got to have a jig to the shape of the window that you're going to be doing on the house. And then you're going to let this cool roughly about 4 minutes. But while it's cooling, you can see Eric is taking a piece of trim board. He's kind of smoothing it out so it lays flat during that cooling process. That's very, very important. It'll give you a better shape. So he's using that scrap. Now you want to make sure also you'll see Eric taking the clamps, and he's put those on the bottom edge to hold it in tight, and he'll show you that. So as this cools off, you just leave it in there for the 4 minutes, and you will slowly take the shape and the temperature comes down. When it does cool down in that 4 minutes, you remove the clamps, and you can see Eric has a piece that's already cooled off, and you can see you have to cut off the area where the clamps were, so you want to make sure you run it farther than the window. So cut that off before you put it. The next thing you do is you install it on the wall around the round window that's up there, and now you've done an easy process of making curved trim for any kind of application. We want to thank you for viewing this PlyGem video. Please click on the link for more valuable PlyGem videos.